Legendary sports broadcaster and former NFL defensive lineman Mike Golic joins us. You can catch him on Golic and Golic on the FanDuel Sports Network. However, he is on our Sunday night football call, the game, Vikings and Falcons. It's going to be an incredible atmosphere. Mike, thank you so much for taking the time, and can't wait to see you in Minnesota.
Oh, can't wait to go to Minnesota. Always love going there, especially not in the wintertime.
Yeah, it is nice that we do have a dome, no matter if it's nice outside or if it's, not so nice and a little bit chilly. But it's going to be obviously a big game, the home opener. Were you able to catch the Monday Night Football game and see how the Vikings performed against the Bears?
Oh, yeah, I definitely saw that. And it was kind of vintage Brian Flores on defense. Not really blitzing a lot early on, but then blitzing late on, disguising later on, getting Caleb Williams out of rhythm. I mean, it made Caleb Williams the most off-target percentage quarterback in week one. And listen, Brian Flores has a way of doing that, no doubt about it, bringing pressure, not even having one of the best defensive players out there in Harrison Smith. And then really for J.J. McCarthy, I think Kevin O'Connell's such a great coach. He kind of kept it simple for JJ, but I think JJ ripping off that pass to Jalen Naylor right before halftime, he threw a dart that got him into field goal range. I really thought that kind of opened everybody's eyes to say, okay, we can kind of let him throw it downfield a little more. A running game helped. Jordan Mason certainly in the second half with what he gained. They averaged over 4.5 yards a carry. That'll help your quarterback. But I really think that pass to Naylor before half really kind of let him started to rip it, and we saw what he did in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Mike, it's such a great point that you bring up. Even J.J. McCarthy saying that himself, like that was the moment he was like, "I belong here," and I don't know if it was a knocking off of rust, but I am here, and I know that this is we're still in this one. There's no matter what, and obviously they proved that until the end. However, I want to take it back to what you said about Brian Flores' defense and how they got 13 pressures on a talented mobile quarterback, and now they face a different style of quarterback. Michael Penix Jr., more of a pocket passer, isn't as elusive as Caleb Williams. How do you think the defense prepares for the change in quarterback style of play?
Well, I mean, listen, as a former defensive lineman, I would rather rush somebody who is going to be in the pocket, right? Now, Penix did show his athletic ability rushing for that touchdown. I still don't know how he kept his knee off the ground when he put it in the end zone. But he's had so many injuries. He's just not known as a runner. He'll get rid of the ball, try and move in the pocket to look downfield. So for Brian Flores, it depends on the tact he takes. I mean, obviously, you're best to rush 4 and drop 7. That gives you 7 in coverage. You have an advantage. But if you need to bring the pressure, he does it so well through disguising, putting 7 at the line, bringing 5, or sometimes bringing 4, but confusing the offensive line and getting a free rusher. But basically, Penix will get rid of the ball. That's the one thing about a scrambler, a guy that will move. They'll tend to drop the ball, try and get out of the pocket, and try and make something happen. For the most part, Penix knows he's not going to be a running threat. He's going to have to be a passing threat. So he is more apt to get rid of the ball.
Well, he has that running threat behind him. I mean, one of the best running backs in the league in Bijan Robinson. And the Bucs were able to contain him for the most part on the ground. I mean, 24 yards, you got to pat yourself on the back for that. However, the 100 yards through the air and that screen game is going to be probably something they'll lean on in this game as well. What are your thoughts on how are you able to contain Bijan and really stop him from getting that going?
That's a chess match, because if you throw a blitz at him and Bijan squirts out of the backfield and you hit him in space, you're dead. Bijan Robinson in space is tough to bring down. So that's where the chess match comes with offensive play call, defensive play call. But certainly you want to contain the run. You're right. He didn't go for too much running the ball, but he is a monster threat out of the backfield. He's a threat no matter when he touches the ball, and that's obviously something that Atlanta is going to do. With Zach Robinson, the offensive coordinator, he is going to try and have Penix, because again, he's not really a runner, get the ball in the hands of his athletes. Now, Darnell Mooney didn't play in this game because of a shoulder. Drake London hurt his shoulder in the game, so you got guys kind of nicked up a little bit. But you have Bijan Robinson, so you have a guy that is normally going to be a mismatch for a defense.
Earlier, you mentioned head coach O'Connell and how he is the play caller of this offense. And now going into game number 2, J.J. McCarthy is the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. How do you make sure that the momentum from that fourth quarter continues into this game?
Well, I mean, you had JJ all offseason as being the starter. He didn't get rushed into anything. So you could spoon feed him. You didn't have to feed him with a fire hose, right? He could learn it, in increments, kind of the right way. And kind of in this game, he started off with easy stuff and then started to let it rip. And by the fourth quarter, he's throwing darts to Justin Jefferson in the end zone, or he's throwing, wheel passes to the running backs for touchdown. So I think that's how he's being brought along. And I think Kevin O'Connell has gotten more faith in him to run the defense. Listen, J.J. McCarthy was saying all the right things on the sideline. He throws the pick six. He's telling the old lineman it'll be okay and everything. But as Troy Aikman said on the broadcast, that can ring hollow to an offensive lineman. It's like you have to prove it on the field that you can get it done. You can talk a big game, but that's J.J. McCarthy. I mean, he's always positive, and he always thinks that they're in the game. And listen, his record since his sophomore year in high school is what, 63 and whatever, 2 or 3 or 4 or
something.
I
think 3, something crazy. Single digits. That's all that really matters.
It's ridiculous. So he has the confidence even when he makes a mistake. And I think the rest of the team kind of felt that as well.
Yeah, it's an electric, it's contagious, I find, being around the building and being around these players and coaching staff. This is a contagious attitude, but it also permeates from the top down, which is something that I think fans are really excited about. So that's why I expect a massive crowd, a very loud crowd on Sunday Night Football, Minnesota. I mean, they welcome back Adam Thielen. There's so many things to get excited about in this game. What have your experiences at US Bank Stadium been like? Have you been to a night game before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've had them on Sunday nights before.
I figured,
listen, it's an electric place. And I'm not going to lie, there's a little bit of selfishness to it, is how easy is the whole process for me? And it's a direct flight from Phoenix.
Nice.
And I get to park where the players park, so I'm right next to the
right
stadium.
There, yeah.
So, yeah, it all works out very well. So I start with a very positive attitude when I go to Minnesota. But yeah.
That's an underlying reason for a lot of people, though. If it's an open air press box, if I can make it very easily to the media elevator, I get what you're saying.
Oh, without a doubt. And the food's pretty good, too.
It's not bad.
The food's pretty good. That's also key. So a lot of positives before the game even starts.
I love that. Well, at halftime, the Vikings are recognizing Jared Allen being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this past summer. And that's why I have my Jared Allen t-shirt on right now. What do you remember the most about Jared Allen as you covered the NFL during, his heyday and all the years that he played?
Well, we had him on my son and I's show a little bit after he was inducted in the Hall of Fame. And I was at that ceremony because my former teammate in Philadelphia, Eric Allen, was inducted as well. So I talked to him there, and I talked to him on the show a couple of weeks ago. Just his relentlessness, right? He wasn't always the biggest guy in the world, but he had a motor on him. He had an absolute motor on him, a never say die motor. And really, what was he looked at as, Jared Allen, he's going to be a Hall of Fame guy. I wasn't thought of as that kind of guy, but he worked to make himself that guy. So that's what I always think about with him, is his work ethic and his relentlessness.
I love that. And I can't wait for you to see what he has in store for fans as he enters the field this time around. I don't know if you saw that video of him riding out on the horse for his Ring of Honor induction.
Yeah.
I'm not saying something's planned, but I'm not saying that something awesome is planned.
I bet he's got something great planned without question, knowing him.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. Really appreciate your time. You can hear Mike Golic on the call for Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1 as the Vikings and Falcons face off Sunday night at 7:20.